Welcome into Locked On Seminoles Live. Going to do a little bit of a show here as Florida State finishes up against Cal, just over a quarter left in the game. Not the prettiest game offensively, but you do have to like Florida State's defense. You do have to like the effort. There have been some moments passing the football where it's been good. And unfortunately, there have been some moments that just make you scratch your head, like the third quarter. As I just looked at the stats before I started this live show, Florida State, right at the end here of the third quarter, they are negative 3 yards passing. That's hard to do. They started out pretty good, got an early lead, but they haven't adjusted, and it is blatant that DJ Uiagalelei is not trusted, especially after he made the horrible read in the red zone and threw a pick. Didn't read the robber that came down into the middle of the field, who read the eyes, because he's staring late down the middle at his target. The absolute unequivocal cardinal sin of every quarterback that's taught from like sixth grade football on: don't stare at your guy, wait down the middle, and then throw it, which he did. But that's Florida State football 2024. They just give it and then they take it back away. So we'll see if Florida State can win out. I'm going to watch the game and talk about it. Please comment in the chat. I'll get to some of the things we got going on here. I did want to share one right off the bat that Garrett talked about. This is something interesting from late in the second quarter. Garrett says, we need to talk about how bad Mike has been historically with his fourth down calls. Now, this is not something I personally studied per se, but he is a guy that kind of does his own metrics, if you will, in taking chances, whether it's go for it, kick, field goal, punt, etc. They might have the nation's best field goal kicker. You can make that argument. So Garrett says, we can't be leaving points on the board. I'm not really going to argue with that. Cubs 0209, we need answers as to why Mike has refused to put bits out there. I'm not disagreeing. That's an unfortunate thing that he hasn't done that yet, but it is what it is. Again, I'm just going to comment here as the game unfolds. Florida State certainly needs to get going. Just need that one drive that would solidify things. As I watch now, there's just over 2.5 minutes left in the third quarter. Florida State is, shall we say, struggling offensively. Third quarter, there's just no nice way to say it. Third quarter offense has been atrocious. They've got 2 3-and-outs. I mean, they got 12 yards, 15 yards rushing, -3 passing. Cal just kept sinking closer and closer and closer to the line of scrimmage at the snap of the football, not trusting that Florida State would try to throw the ball down the field in the right. And it's caused a lot of problems for the Noles because the run game's been a little less consistent because of that. Give credit to Cal's staff. They've done a nice job. But Florida State needs to find that big play. Could be a defensive play or a special teams play. Mastromano, by the way, had a great punt a little bit ago. I'm curious to see if they can just get one play, though. Like I've said this several times this year. As a whole, not special teams, but the offense and the defense, both units have been, quote-unquote, non-clutch this year. But the defense, especially today, the pass rush has been good. Looks like Jackson's getting helped off the field here as I talk. And honestly, they just don't have the ability to find that one special play for whatever reason. And it's a big problem because there just aren't enough guys making that one special play on a third down or whatever. And I knew Mendoza would be a problem. He's a very accurate quarterback. Doesn't really make a lot of mistakes, but they did pick him off. Nice play by a young defensive back. That's great, but they need to get over the hump. They still have 7 points, man. And Cal right now, as I'm watching, is at the 38-yard line, 2nd and 8. Play action, going deep. Mendoza outside the nice coverage again. Florida State's corners played good. They keep going after Jones, but they ain't having much success with him. Q is a pretty talented player. That might be the best evaluation that Florida State's done as a staff since Norvell has been in Tallahassee. I don't think he had another Division I offer, but he ends up at Florida State. That's wild, and he's playing early. Good for him. This kid out of, I believe, the Meridian, Mississippi area, but he's a Mississippi kid. All right, 3rd down and 8 for Cal. You're looking at Mendoza here. Looks one direction, screen, and it just gets obliterated. But then a terrible missed tackle Finally, a big hit by a Florida State player gets him out of bounds, but it's a manageable fourth down. Will they go for it? Kicker's 2 for 3. We'll see. But you can't miss tackles like that. Tried to swing the guy down instead of tackling through him. That's not going to get it done. While I'm in here, I'll check the chat in between plays. I'll probably miss a few here. I apologize if I do. Cubs, they don't respect DJ, so there's nothing they can do. They can't run the ball with a stacked box, and DJ can't hit anything. 100%. 100%. Richard, what's going on, Mr. Richard Brookings? I do not understand why Norvell continues to take field goals when we I don't know. Not take the field goals when Pitts is a weapon, bro. He is a weapon. He has got a leg and a half. We could be 4 points ahead now. That's 100%. And then finally, Vashon, we should have 21 points. Yeah, they're not very good in the red zone, in the, shall we say, any zone that is clutch. Again, they got to prove it. Had one good drive early, not taking that away, but that's not good. We got a player down for the Bears. I don't know, but it does not look good. They got the card out. That's awful. Hate to see that. Let's see if I can find out who it is. 71 for the Bears. Probably is going to get rolled up if I was to guess. Somebody landed on his leg, and he took kind of an awkward shot to his chest, shoulder area, too. I'm not sure where he's hurt. I think he got stunned with the upper body more than he did the lower body. That's not good. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Well, I want to go over a few stats, and good luck to that young man. I hope he's not hurt. But I want to go over a few stats. There is something very positive to talk about. Finally, I track first down runs, as I talk about all the time on Locked On Seminoles, all the time. First quarter, first down runs, LT for 4, Ja'Kai for 15, LT for 4, LT for 7, LT for 5, and then Sam Singleton got a run. He got 1 yard. Second quarter, LT 2, 2, 5, 2, 1. Second quarter, Cal decided, like, look, if you're going to do something against us offensively, we're going to shrink the field. We're going to shrink it. And to be honest, Florida State's had no answer since. Third quarter, it's just gotten worse. Like, they just got annihilated on their first 2 drives at 3 and outs. They look bad. If they cannot trust DJ to throw the ball in the middle of the field, and I don't think they trust him, nor that I really blame him, I'm not sure they're going to score again. That's my concern. So this field goal kicker for Cal is important. And the points that Cubs 0209 have made, and other people in the chat, there's multiple, got to take the points. He's going to get, I mean, Norvell's under a lot of heat right now for the quarterback thing, and we'll get into that later in the show, I'm sure. Oh, I know we will. But you, as goofy as it sounds, your best offensive weapon is Pitts. That guy's got a cannon, and he's accurate. He's an NFL level player on your roster. Probably should have utilized it a little bit earlier. So just throwing that out there. Y'all can take it any way you want to take it. But speaking of the quarterback dilemma, just play Luke, shaking my head. That Prussian Doge. I don't know, man. It's somebody's got to play besides DJ. This is no nice way to say it. I know it's just over and over, but DJ's not it, man. He's just not it. Richard Brookings says, Mike keeps it up and he's going to lose the fan base. 100%. He's very much on that edge as we speak. Just let me know. LT run. Yeah. LT's played pretty well tonight. I'll give him credit. John Simcox. Norvell already lost me. That's rough, but I get it, bro. He's same here with Prussian. He says same thing. His play calling is I'm not going to repeat what he said, but it's bad. The Noles offense is very offensive. That's from Jim Ike. 100% true. Man, it's so bad. It is so bad. While I got a chance here, I'm gonna go to a quick break, and I'll get back into the chat. But yeah, I hope the young man is able to get back to playing and everything's okay. But I'm not sure what the situation is. We'll be right back here as the fourth quarter gets ready to kick off between Florida State and Cal. You've heard us talk about FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook. We all have something a little different for you now. Through September 22nd, all FanDuel customers can bet $5 and get 3 weeks free trial of NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV. Then with YouTube TV's base plan, you'll be able to watch every regular season Sunday afternoon out-of-market game. All you need is a Google account and a current form of payment, and you can cancel at any time. Just visit FanDuel.com, download America's #1 sportsbook. Yeah, this offense is not much fun. Norvell simply is not an elite coach. That's from Robert Cintron. And Robert, you are 100% right. Right now, he seems like he's a high school coach compared to some other guys, but it's just so bizarre based on what happened last year. Have to give you props, Peyton. He's having a good game. MJJ, on the other hand, yeah. Marvin, like, he's a little more inconsistent, but Patrick, pretty darn good player. Pretty good darn player. Yeah, the cart and the whole nine. This doesn't look good. I feel so bad for football players when this happens. I've been to a few games this year where it's just like there's no way to ever react to that in a positive nature. There just isn't. Anyway, back to a few stats from the game. This is something. Third quarter summary here. You cannot make this stuff up. This is only for the third quarter. Cal, total yards 114, Noles 12. Rushing attempts and average. 9 carries for the Bears, 3.4 yards per tote. 4 carries for the Noles, 3.8. Rushing yards 31 to 15. But this is where it gets crazy. Cal, 7 to 15 passing. So Florida State's defense been pretty good. I mean, Mendoza's really accurate, but they got 83 yards. Florida State, on the other hand, 0 for 2, no yards. In the positive direction, but there's a -3. The reason is they count against you for like negative plays like sacks, etc. -3. It's just unbelievable. So passing yards is 83 for Cal, Florida State -3. They have 7 first downs passing, Cal does, and neither team has a rushing first down, and Florida State doesn't have a first down in the third quarter. But here's the deal. In the first quarter, Florida State was humming. Up 7-0. They had 124 yards. Cal had 37. It was like Florida State was going to kill them. Rushing yards and attempts and all that. Cal had 6 carries for no yards. Florida State had 12 carries for 66. They were annihilating Cal. Oh, and by the way, Cal just kicked a 51-yard field goal for those of you that walked away maybe listening to this. So now they are up in this football game. This is very, very concerning. Look, there's no way around this. Florida State is in a bad spot here unless they can figure out a way to get the ball in the middle of the field or get a bust coverage or something. This is not going to end well. It's just not going to end well. You can't be in a situation where your quarterback is literally this atrocious in clutch moments. Like they're to the end of the third quarter almost. They don't have a passing yard positively. How is that possible at Florida State? It's just unbelievable, man. Let's see. Here's another one talking about the 4th downs and using the field goal kicker, etc. We went for 4th and 7. Keep that in mind. That's also true. Persian, you bring that up very astutely. Aaron Elliott, not sure taking a pay for popularity deal with the ACC if you're going to turn out so great if they keep playing like this. Yeah, that's a good point. Oh, man. If we lose to Cal, bro, this is from Persian. Yeah, it's not a good sign, bro. It's not a good sign. Surfer RC, why no deep passes? Nothing. Send the guys that run 10-600 meters, see what happens. I think they're worried about A, DJ's ability to make the right read. It's not been very good this year. And B, pass protection. Cal's pretty good with their ability to mix it up, do a good job with what they've got going on in their secondary, mixing guys coming. They've done a nice job defensively. I'll give them credit with that. But you got to at least run a dig route or something. And oh, by the way, the drop by Morlock was huge. That was not DJ's fault. That was a money shot. And my apologies for not bringing that up. Morlock is just not been good this year. He's allegedly your best tight end, but he's had the dropsies. And Florida State has not done well when DJ has put some money balls out there. You got to catch that. It was a second down play or something across the middle. It was well set up. It was all play action. They just run the ball, and that's killer. So that's killer. For those of you that are curious, Miami's struggling with South Florida, 22-15. They can't run the ball at all. That's very bizarre. All right, Florida State 1st and 10. At least on mine. I got a really slow connection. I know I'm behind everybody. DJ goes deep. And he misses the guy. It's almost impossible to do, but he out-threw Benson. I like the throw. I like the play call, everything. Sometimes it just doesn't work out. I don't have a problem with this. Play action. Deep shot, split to safety, and Benson smoked his guy. That guy can fly. DJ still overthrew him. That is hard to believe. Benson's one of the fastest guys in college football, so I like the play call. I'm not going to complain about it. I'm just going to write out this drive, and then I'll get back into the chat if Florida State scores or they punt, whatever it may be. Handoff. Tofili gets nice 4 yards. All right, at least you're in a somewhat managed. Flags on the field. Florida State cannot afford to go backwards again. I don't know I have no idea what the play caused here. Florida State is in a really, really tough spot. They cannot go 3 out again. The defense is going to be gassed. They must get a first down here. Plus, that would mean the entire quarter you didn't get a first down. Personal foul against Florida State. Are you freaking kidding me? So instead of 3rd and 6, it's 3rd and 21. Look, I'm hard on DJ, but there are no play calls for 3rd and 21. You're going to see a screen, a draw, or a run because, no offense, Florida State's coaches do not have any, and I mean any. Whoa, what are you doing? Stupid play, offensive lineman, late hit. That's just idiotic. Idiotic. They've got 3rd and 18. Oh, it's because it was goal line. Oh, what a throw. All right. You got to give credit there. Absolute money ball to DJ, throwing it to Ja'Kai Douglas on a crosser. He couldn't have thrown that any better. Straight up, that's a money ball. I like to eat crow once in a while, and that's one I'll gladly eat. That's a beautiful pass. DJ keeping it on the RPO, and he is annihilated. Okay. I do want to see. I'm getting the replay on mine right now. What a throw. Holy moly. He had some zip on that bad boy. But again, they're still struggling with the ability to be consistent. They lose 2 yards on the next play. So anyway. Let's see here. End of the 3rd quarter. All right, I want to jump back into the chat, try to get a few more. I know. Let's see. Post of the day, Vashon. DJ moves like he's in zero gravity. That is hilarious. Oh my goodness. He is not a mobile young man. He's just not. That is hilarious, bro. That is funny. Goodness gracious. Oh. Maybe this is a funny post too. This is from Prusian. I'd rather be an Iowa fan. Are you sure about that? Garrett, frustration penalty. Yeah, that was on that 15-yarder. That was bad, bro. It is what it is. All right. So now I want to give a few third quarter stats because they're in total now. So for the quarter, let's see here. 42 yards for the Noles, 114 for Cal. They obviously take the lead on the field goal. They're up 9-7 at the end of 3. 11 carries for 24 yards for Cal. Florida State, 7 carries for 15 yards. Like I said, they were creeping up in the second quarter. Third quarter, they're like, prove it. Prove it. Florida State went out and did what they had to do. They threw a deep shot. It would have been a touchdown if it had connected. It was a pretty good pass, but just didn't quite get it. That penalty was really hard on them, but they did get a first down out of it. It's a weird stat. But here's another one that's key. Not normally in today's football, but this game it is. Third quarter, Cal had the ball 10:08. Florida State just 4:52. The defense for Cal is going to be far more rested than the Noles for this final quarter, and that's a big factor. So I'm not sure Florida State is going to win by grinding out a drive. They need a strip sack fumble, a pick, a block punt, a punt return, or just a guy like Tofili to break 2 tackles, go 50 yards. I just don't see them going like 8, 10, 12 yards or 12 plays to score. I've been wrong a million times. Maybe this will be the next one, but right now, why would anybody be that faithful in what is going on with Florida State's offense? It's just really bad. So we'll see here. Let's see. DJ got cement in his cleats. That's from Prussian. Oh, man, he's slow to watch. There's no doubt. It is hard to watch because you see some of these athletes coming off the edge after him, and you're just like, really? Are you sure about that? It's pretty bad. Oh, wow. Jim Ike. Biden could outrun DJ. I don't know if that's true, but that's funny. That is funny. Very funny. I will give you credit for that. What else we got here? Cubs. DJ could run at Oregon State. Why is he so slow now? He was slow last year, too. It means more to you because he's at Florida State. That's the answer to that. Make span the quarterback, run the wishbone or the veer. It's terrible. I told y'all Mike will never bench DJ. Well, he's about to get hammered at the press conference. He doesn't give a you know what about the future or winning. Well, I don't know if that's true, DR, but it's not looking real good either. DJ screen pass. It's Hakeem, 2nd and 11, so at least get a few yards. They got a manageable situation. Not really, but it's better than 3rd and 11. It's 3rd and 8. Florida State desperately needs a first down. They must keep the defense off the field here. If not, it's going to be very, very rough. When this play is over, it'll be down to about 14 minutes remaining in the contest. Florida State definitely needs first down. Trips right. One running back in the backfield. I believe that's Cam. Or maybe it's thinking maybe it's Tofili. But either way, Florida State trips right there, going to the strong side of the formation, most likely. DJ, plenty of time to throw. Nice pass. Really close on the mark. Yard short to Jakai. Nice throw. 4th down and short. I'd go. Normally, I'm a pretty conservative guy with this kind of stuff, but if you can't get a yard, then it's just not going to matter, man. I'm curious what all of y'all think because Florida State's going for it. The ball is almost on the 50. They got to get to like the 49 and like the 9/10. It's almost there. DJ, yep, he gets the first down. I knew he was going to get a few of these this year, just using his size. Quarterback sneak, first down Noles. Will they take another shot here? Curious, for those of you in the chat, do you think Florida State should take another shot? Because again, I don't think Florida State's going to sustain a lot of drives. the way that Cal is sitting on routes, I'm worried about a pick six, to be really honest with you. They are not respecting the receivers all that much, but we'll see. Running play, well, Cam gets about 4, gets blasted. But they're running the ball better on first down today, like way better than they were, even though Cal knows the Noles are going to run the ball quite a bit. So that's a good sign. I'm curious how much more that's going to happen. If they can just get a couple more big ones, even if they just got one, and it was a touchdown, it'd be huge for Florida State. DR, worst offense in Florida State history? I can't remember a worse one in 20 years. I'm going to let that sit up on the page for a second. It might be. There's another first down for the Noles, run by Cam. He's going to be a heck of a player for Florida State. I knew he'd get in and get some action this year. I didn't even know he was going to be playing this quick. Rodell's out. That doesn't help. Obviously, Topili is your main guy, but they've gotten some bad luck with injuries and whatnot. I try not to talk about them like all the time, but it is what it is. The other player, you just can't lose guys like that. Topil and Rodell, what a 1-2 punch. That's pretty rough. For the night right now, Topili 16 carries for 80 yards. Pretty good. Florida State is way, way ahead of what they've been doing. That's for darn sure. Second down and 8 for the Noles at the 36. DJ in shotgun. You got Mr. Brown in motion across the wide side of the field. Play action. Terrible pressure. Cam's my guy, but he whiffed on that pass protection, and DJ ate it. He had to throw it away. That's a good play by DJ. Right there's one of the problems I talked about. Freshmen stink at pass protection. Cam got annihilated on that. No way around. Third down and 8. This is an interesting situation. Do you play for the field goal here? Run the ball or do a screen, just try to get 3 to 4 yards, and if they get the first down, it's a bonus, because Fitz is on the edge of his territory right here where it's not just going to be make it. He's going to make it by 10 yards. They might be in his range right now. Another 4 or 5, and I think you got to kick the field goal. DJ drop back. He's going deep. Oh, what a ball. Touchdown, Noles. Is that Chakai? It sure is. Money shot. I'm going to give DJ credit. That's as good a touchdown throw as you're going to see. Absolutely, unequivocally, a dime from DJ Uyunglele to Ja'Kai Douglas. Perfect pass, outside shoulder. Ja'Kai held off his man, stacked him, and then faded towards the outside at the last moment. And that's an NFL play by the quarterback, the pass protection, and the receiver. I haven't said that one other time this year for Florida State. All 3 layers, elite. Got to give him credit. It's ironic we're talking bad about the offense, and then DJ makes that throw. See, that's the kind of stuff that's frustrating. He's never had a problem with the arm talent, ever. But Cal's been not very fearful. Florida State finally makes him pay. That's why I said they needed a big play. I just didn't see him sustaining drives. What a throw. Let's see. Yeah, right here. I was waiting for somebody to say it. Leftover gaming, great throw. Absolutely. Prusian, dimes. Absolutely. Like, seriously, the throw was great, but did you see how Douglas stacked him, got in front of him, DB had nowhere to go, kept him a little bit away from the sideline, and then faded towards it at the last second? That's an NFL play. That's an NFL play. Tremendous. As somebody that covers sports for a living, when a team struggles this much, and I've never seen one like this that I've covered, you just live for those moments because it's so hard to do anything when a team stinks on offense like this. There's nothing to talk about. So that was huge. I'm just glad defense finally got a break. That's true. Aaron Elliott just said that, and that's right. You needed not only to punch it, you got to get the lead, but the defense needed to be able to suck some wind. All right, let's take a look here just for fun. Where's DJ at in terms of his quarterback progression? For this game, he had been ice cold. Second half, he was pretty bad. He had a drop, which killed him. Morlock dropped that one, but he had 4 misses, and then he hit 3 in a row, missed one, and then he hits the bomb to Shakai for the 6. Look, there are so many plays that can change a game, but the momentum and everything, Florida State should be in a much better spot now because Cal can't win with a field goal. They got to score. They got to score. Also, I'm thinking of it statistically here. You could do whatever you want with this, but let's look at the advanced stats for a second. Florida State, this is maybe the best side of the game is the running stat, but it also leads to this. 15 third downs have converted 7. That's almost 50%. That's pretty good. Cal's offense is one of the better third down offenses, in addition to the offense for the Noles being better. They've held them to 4 for 11. You would take that at any time when you're playing a quality quarterback like Fernando Mendoza. If not, what is wrong with you? Mendoza is a pretty good player. And I know he doesn't have elite talent all over the place in terms of speed, but they could move around. Leftover Gaming still isn't a fan of Alex Atkins, as he says. Alex Atkins still needs to go. Okay, well. But Sean says Morlock would have dropped that. He's got the dropsies this year, man. He's in a funk. He straight up is. DR. He's 2 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, 800 yards, 57 completion percentage. That's DJ. Yeah, it's not very good. But the last throw he made was elite. It's just so weird watching DJ, man. Trying to study him, going back and watching film, you see something like that, and you're like, what is going on? DR, 89th in QBR so far this year. That is horrendous. That is horrendous. Let me see here. I don't know if Cal has the firepower, basically like Florida State, to do anything to really scare Florida State deep. They've got a good freshman, but I don't think he's a burner. He's just a good player. We'll see. Mendoza's still throwing some dimes, though. That was a nice pass there. Florida State's defense, you got to give them credit. They have been pretty consistent tonight. I was really worried about the shifts and motions from Cal. I mentioned it several times during shows since the last game. They've handled it well. They've adjusted well. You give the staff credit and give the players credit as well. This is not an easy offense to prepare for. H-backs and tight ends always in motion. You know if they're in zone or man, here comes the motion guys. I watch. Receiver. They have terrible job of containment. Oh, flag down. I think we got ourselves a holding call. Yep, we sure do. They sealed the edge because somebody was held. The running back for Cal, the little sophomore, though, he's pretty quick. Cal's offensive line has not been the answer for them. They're supposed to get a couple guys back, but Cal, here's what Florida State has held Cal to for rushing tonight. You'll take this anytime. 23 carries, 65 yards, 2.8 yards per carry. Florida State's not killing it. They're 35 carries for 134 yards and 3.8. But that's a lot better than what Cal's doing. They have over doubled Cal's rushing total. Second down 16 for the Bears. I would say they're in some trouble here unless they can break a tackle or get something to go. Deep ball? Are you kidding me? What a throw. Mendoza's clutch, man. That's that Hunter kid that I told you about, that freshman. Now they want to go hurry up. What a good night. It's not been a great night for quarterbacks, but that was a dime. Fade ball and just put it on the money. Cal runs it right up the middle. This is my concern. Now that they've got a first down, Florida State's a little more on the tired side defensively because they've been out on the field more in the second half. I mean, he beat Shaheem Brown right there. Brown was all over him. That's just, you tip your cap. Quarterback threw it to the only place you could be. Brown was right there, just barely missed it. But Hunter took it away. That sucks for Florida State, but sometimes you just don't get what you want out of it. Let's see. Aaron Elliott, yes. Defensive communication is much improved. I don't think that Florida State could have done it much worse than they did against Memphis, so it was certainly needed. There's a running play for Cal. I think they got the first down. They're going to give it to him or not. This tempo is an interesting decision by Cal. Are they going to try to get the football to Hunter again? He's at the bottom of the screen. Motion man is tight end again. Nice block, seals it. Uh-oh. First down. Florida State's defense looks gassed. I would have liked to be wrong, but right now the defensive front all of a sudden looks tired. Javion Thomas hasn't had a huge game. Ooh. Penalty, I believe that's false start. It is. So instead of a first down just on the edge of the 10, it's almost like first and goal from like the 16. And they got a long way. You get a first and goal on the one. It really doesn't matter. You're going to score. But it's weird. Cal hasn't really shot itself in the foot much tonight with those kind of penalties. That was a costly one. First down and 15. They're on the 17-yard line. Oh, what a play. Patrick Payton just trips up Mendoza. He might have scored. He had broken contain, but Patrick came across and got him by the shoelaces. What an effort. Mendoza saw it and decided to go, but great play by Patrick Payton. Props, young man, props. Prusian, Peyton, we pay you all that NIL money for a reason. Another false start. Boy, Cal is quote unquote self-destructing right here. This is brutal. False start on the offense. And this is about as wicked of a situation for Cal as you can get. Their weakness, for those of you who didn't see preview, don't know much about Cal in general, their biggest weakness as a team is pass protection. They just don't pass protect well. What does Florida State do well? They just, that should have been, they got emotion. There's another penalty on Cal. I wonder if Florida State will decline this. Guy was running towards the line of scrimmage. I have no idea what's going on with Cal now. They are just self-destructing. They may not be in field goal range here in a minute. This is unbelievable. This is almost like Florida State gave their problems and handed them to Cal. A legal shift against Cal. It is declined. It'll be third down in about a mile. I think Cal's pretty much in a situation. They get a pass interference, or they're just going to run a play to try to keep it centered and get a field goal. It's 3rd and 20. from their 22. Yeah, good luck. Mendoza is going to get a couple of yards and go down. They just can't pass block. Florida State's done a nice job with some different blitzes, but I think they would get home with 4 in about 3.5 seconds almost every play. They're just not very good up front. 4th and 18. Nice job by the Noles holding off Cal there. This is an important field goal. If he misses this, Cal's in deep, deep trouble. Ryan Coe, he's 3 of 4. He's made 25, 29, and 51, but he missed a 36-yarder. Field goal kickers are funky. I never try to grade them. Just let him kick. And he missed that one, or did they get it? No good. Cal's kicker has killed them tonight.